The 2022 World Cup is underway and boy has it been very interesting so far. We have seen loads of goals, upsets and of course, brilliant players doing their thing on the biggest stage. We're so excited about this tournament that we can't even wait for the end to talk about the outstanding players. So we have made a list. After the second round of fixtures at the ongoing 2022 FIFA World Cup, here are the 10 best players so far in no particular order. Number 1. Lionel Messi. Messi entered the World Cup with a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He announced that this will be his last tournament, and so that means this one is do or die for him. It's either he wins it this time around or he retires without this one piece of silverware in his cabinet. It didn't exactly start out well for him and his teammates though, with that shocking 2-1 loss to Saudi Arabia in the opening game. But guess who got Argentina's only goal of the game? None other than Lionel Messi. Then going into the game against Mexico, the pressure on Messi and Argentina had even worsened. They knew that if they lost, they will be out of the competition with one game to spare. Yet again, Messi stepped up and carried his team on his shoulders with a goal and an assist to give Argentina a 2-0 win. He was named player of the match after that clutch performance, and you have to say that it was very much deserved. So, after the second round of games, Messi has been directly involved in every goal Argentina has scored at the 2022 World Cup. And that reminds us of someone. Number 2. Enner Valencia. This guy has not only been involved in every of his country's goals so far at this World Cup, he has actually scored them all. The Ecuador captain has really been leading by example. He scored both goals in the opening game of the tournament against Qatar to inflict the first opening day loss on the hosts of a World Cup in the history of the competition. In the next game against the Netherlands, a game in which they were obvious underdogs, Valencia scored yet again to snatch a draw against the Flying Dutchman to remain level on points at the top of the table, going into the final round of group games. If Ecuador can make it to the knockout stages, then Valencia could realistically be chasing the Golden Boot. Already he is the joint top scorer at the World Cup since the 2014 tournament in Brazil, and this is in spite of the fact that he missed the 2018 edition. But if Valencia is going to win the World Cup Golden Boot this time around, he'll have a certain World Cup winner to contend with. Number 3. Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe won the Young Player Award at the last World Cup, but it seems like this time around, he's going for the Best Player Award and the Golden Boot too. After the second round of games, he has the most goal contributions at the tournament, having scored 3 goals and given 1 assist. His 2 goals against Denmark were enough to secure a win against the tough opponents and, more importantly, secure qualification to the knockout stages with a game to spare. You could say that the 23-year-old was a very important factor in France breaking the World Cup winners' curse, which had affected the last 3 winners of the tournament before them. With Mbappe in that France squad, you have to say that the French are very much favourites to retain the World Cup for the first time since Brazil did it in 1962. Number 4. Wojciech Szczęsny. Szczęsny is probably the best goalkeeper at the tournament so far. After 2 games, he's still yet to be beaten. Of course, that will be really tested when he faces Messi in the final group game, but so far, he has kept 2 clean sheets and made 9 saves including a penalty. Very impressive from the Juventus man. Number 5. Antoine Griezmann. Now, if you have not been watching the World Cup games, you might be surprised by this inclusion. Antoine Griezmann is yet to score a goal at the tournament, but he has actually been one of the best players in Qatar so far. The Atletico Madrid forward is so instrumental to France going forward and even at the back. With Les Bleus missing a bunch of their more experienced players at this tournament, Griezmann has really stepped up to lead this relatively young France squad. He has given 1 assist, created 5 big chances and still makes about 3.5 tackles per game, while also winning almost 90% of the total duels he has gone in for. He has just been everywhere for France, this guy. Number 6. Mehdi Taremi. The Porto striker has been really solid for Iran since the beginning of the World Cup. Their first game ended in a 6-2 loss against England, which is of course not a very flattering scoreline. But Taremi got both goals. The next game, however, was better, as they went on to beat Wales 2-0. Taremi assisted 1 of those goals. So right now, with 3 goal contributions, he's definitely up there as one of the best players of the tournament so far. Number 7. Alvaro Morata. Alvaro Morata has been the super sub of the tournament so far. He has come off the bench in the opening 2 games for Spain and has proven to be very important both times. He scored a goal and made 1 in the opening game against Costa Rica, and then he came off the bench to give Spain the lead against Germany. Those 2 goals make Morata only the 6th player in the entire history of the World Cup to score from the bench in consecutive games. Not a bad record for the Atletico man, is it? Number 8. Jordi Alba. We were due a defender, weren't we? Jordi Alba, who seems to be falling out of favour at his football club Barcelona, has been one of the finest defenders at the World Cup so far. He started the 2 opening games for Spain and he provided an assist in each of them. He also won a penalty in the game against Costa Rica, which was converted by Ferran Torres. And not to forget, after 2 games, he's still yet to concede a goal. Yes, he is. The goal from the Germans came after he had been taken off, so his personal clean sheet remains intact. 3 goal contributions and 2 clean sheets definitely puts Jordi Alba up there as one of the best players of the tournament so far. And number 9, Mohamed Kudus. Probably the best African player at the tournament so far. Mohamed Kudus has been vastly resourceful for the Black Stars of Ghana. He was a thorn in Portugal's flesh in the opening game, creating Ghana's equalizer and first goal of the tournament. No surprises that Portugal went on to score the goals that won them the game after Kudus was taken off. The loss against Portugal made their next fixture against South Korea a do-or-die game, and the Ajax man stepped up yet again, scoring twice in a keenly contested match to secure 3 points for Ghana and ensure that they go into the final round of group games with an actual chance of making it through to the round of 16. If Ghana will go far in this tournament, the 22-year-old Ajax man would be very instrumental. Number 10, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno has now had 2 stellar performances in 2 games at the World Cup so far. Even with Cristiano Ronaldo in the team, he is proving that he can step up and be the main man when his team needs him to be. In the opening game against Ghana, he provided 2 assists to help Portugal to a winning start to the tournament. Then, in the following game against Uruguay, he scored both goals to seal qualification for the round of 16, with a game to spare. That means that after just 2 rounds of games, no player at the 2022 World Cup has more direct goal contributions than Bruno Fernandes. Very impressive for a midfield player, isn't it? Anyway, this list of 10 players is unlikely to remain the same at the end of the tournament. Some players will definitely fall off and some others will surely come to life somewhere along the line. But after the first 2 rounds of games, would you say you agree with our list? Or is there anybody you'll take out from the list or add to it? Let us know in the comments. While you're there, also let us know your predictions for who will be the eventual best player and top scorer of the tournament.